Hi, I'm H. This is part 2 of my story Big Orange Metal Box. Part 1 is on here, Writers Lab Live, 1st of Feb. Miss Hedgerow, a prematurely retired court artist, has ventured out in the middle of the night to find out what the mysterious Big Orange Metal Box is that's appeared on the green. The side has melted away for her and revealed a small orange alien with 5 arms. "Hello," smiled the orange creature warmly. "I'm so glad you could make it." "Hello," replied Miss Hedgerow calmly, her only surprise seeming to be that she was not feeling much surprise. "Welcome to my square." "And likewise," beamed the orange creature, "welcome to my spaceship." He waved his 5 arms around in several different directions at once to display proudly the beeping flashing walls, another battered armchair, and a purple and green striped candy floss machine which was hovering a foot above the floor of the box. "As you can see, it's equipped with the things humans most desire to keep you comfortable on your journey." He gestured towards the empty armchair. Miss Hedgerow smiled politely and sat down. As she adjusted the 3 cushions, the aroma of flowers, chocolate, and talcum powder rose from each one in turn. She sneezed. "Bless you," said the orange creature, rushing over with a box of tissues that seemed to have materialised from nowhere. "Enjoy the sensory splendour." "Pilchard?" She shook her head as a small fish appeared in one of his 5 hands, a small fork and a doily in another. "Of course, later. Tea?" offered the orange creature, undeterred in his hospitality. "That would be lovely, thank you," Miss Hedgerow smiled, graciously accepting the teapot, which also seemed to appear out of nowhere. She waited a few moments for the teacup, but her host merely smiled happily and gestured at her to drink. Not wishing to offend, she put the spout to her lips and took a sip. "Perfect, thank you," she said. "How clever of you to know I take pepper in my tea," she continued, managing to keep smiling. "Well, I didn't want to affect your sugar levels before I'd given you the cure for your diabetes. I made it especially for you." He held out a small purple tablet shaped like a star. Miss Hedgerow looked at the tablet with interest and felt a leap of excitement. "May I ask your name? Mine is Emily Hedgerow." The orange creature opened his mouth to reply and let out a sound that human ears could not take in and human words could not describe. "But," he said, the sound having finally stopped, "you can call me Jeff." "Very pleased to meet you, Jeff," said Miss Hedgerow. "And can I ask where you are from? I've not seen you around these parts before." Jeff waved one of his orange arms, and a hologram of a planet appeared. It was one of the most beautiful things that Miss Hedgerow had ever seen, its surface shimmering and twinkling as if all the stars in the night sky were somehow inside it and surrounding it simultaneously. "Jeff," she said in awe, "that is wonderful. What do you call it?" Almost as soon as she had asked the question, Miss Hedgerow realised her mistake. Casually trying to cover her ears whilst pretending to smooth down her hair so as not to appear rude, she counted the seconds until Jeff had finished making his indescribable sounds. They weren't painful to listen to exactly, but she felt as if she was trying to decipher every word in the dictionary at once, and her brain was struggling to cope. Jeff noticed her difficulty and reached out one of his hands. Miss Hedgerow was worried she'd offended him, but he gently placed it on her forehead, and suddenly the noise unscrambled and became one simple, one-syllable word. "Home," said Jeff. Miss Hedgerow looked on in distress as a single golden tear ran down his orange cheek. "And I am so, how do humans put it? Home vomit." "Home vomit? Oh, homesick," said Miss Hedgerow. "Oh, Jeff." He started to sob, the golden tears splashing onto the floor and forming a little pool at his feet. Miss Hedgerow was sure she saw a little fish appear in the centre of it, but returned her attention to the crying alien. She hurried over and embraced him, feeling woefully inadequate in the hugging department, cursing herself for only having the 1 pair of arms. The golden pool of tears grew deeper, and Miss Hedgerow was sure she heard the sound of a frog. "Now, Jeff," she said, patting him in what she hoped was a soothing manner, "you mustn't worry. I am sure we can find a way to get you back there." "Oh, I know how to get there," sniffed Jeff, wiping one of his hands across his nose. Miss Hedgerow made a mental note of which one he'd use so she could choose one of the other 4 if any high-fives or handshakes were forthcoming. "It's just that I need a co-pilot to work the candy floss accelerator on takeoff, otherwise the ship will burn up as it leaves the Earth's atmosphere. I was so excited to visit your planet that I didn't read the instruction manual fully and didn't realise I couldn't return alone. I've been researching the local residents since I landed and couldn't believe my luck in finding you. The database says you're the kindest residents in the area, so I've been working hard to make the place comfy for you." "Yes, I know that," Miss Hedgerow nodded. "And sending telepathic messages to get you to come over," continued Jeff. I can't say I knew that, Miss Hedgerow said with a shrug. Geoff looked like he might cry again. No, Geoff, there's nothing to worry about. I will simply come with you and operate the candy floss accelerator, finished Geoff, a look of excitement and hope replacing his previous despair. Are you quite sure? Emily Hedgerow turned round and looked across at her empty house. She looked back at the small purple tablet and the shimmering hologram. Finally she looked into the hopeful eyes of her newest and possibly best friend. Yes, she said, let's go home.